The Eagles' latest move was definitely a little unexpected, as following rookie minicamp, the Birds added a new versatile weapon following an impressive tryout, and it's pretty interesting. Meanwhile, Vic Fangio's big plans for Jihaad Campbell may have just been revealed by an unnamed NFL executive, and it's pretty scary for opposing offenses. Plus, DeJean says that Reed Blankenship might be the most underrated player in the NFL, while Sydney Brown isn't backing down in the battle for the starting safety job. And we also got some behind-the-scenes looks into the Eagles draft, so we're going to talk about that and all the other latest Eagles news starting right now. The Birds rookie minicamp is officially over, as the event which saw Philly's rookies take the practice field for the first time since being drafted took place this past Friday and Saturday. And nothing too crazy happened, but as I said in my last video, it was just nice to see the newest Eagles out on the practice field for the first time in their new numbers. We initially got some clips of Ty Robinson, Kyle McCord, and even Jihaad Campbell, who wasn't practicing but was still out there, all of which were pretty cool. And now we have even more clips of guys like Cameron Williams, APR here showing off the get-off. We got Smell Munden Jr. showing some physicality in this drill. Here's more Kyle McCord throwing. Then we got Ty Robinson doing a footwork drill and looking pretty agile for as big as he is, might I say. And then we also got center Drew Kendall here. Ty Robinson again, this time showing off the get-off and getting physical. And then you got cornerback Mac McWilliams backpedaling, turning, and catching the ball, followed by safety Andrew Makuba, who we saw do the same thing. So again, it was definitely cool to get our first initial look at the Eagles rookies, and I just can't wait to see how they do heading into OTAs later this month. Speaking of which, that'll likely be where the battle begins for the starting safety job opposite of Reed Blankenship, and that'll of course be between the rookie Andrew Makuba, who I'm really excited about, and also Sydney Brown, who I also really do like a lot, but also just think he needs to refine his game before he can become a reliable starter. And at the very least, he does seem to be hard at work trying to get better so he can win that job, as he released these photos of him looking absolutely jacked during his offseason training. So it certainly seems like he's been extra locked in since the Birds drafted a safety, and this also isn't the first time that we've seen him working hard in the offseason. So safe to say, as much as I love Andrew Makuba, Sid's not going anywhere in this battle for the starting safety job, and I really do think if he can just clean up a couple of things, he very well could win it. But that said, I am curious to know who you guys think has the edge in this battle heading into OTAs. Staying with the safety position though, at least us Eagles fans know that we're going to get some high-level play coming from the other starter at that position, that being of course Reed Blankenship, as he's a guy who I've called possibly the most underrated player on Philly's entire roster, just considering everything that he does on the back end and in the locker room. And the other half of the exciting whites in DeJean seems to agree with that.
Who do you think is the most underrated player in the NFL right now?
Reed Blankenship for the Philadelphia Eagles. People don't understand what he does for our defense and how well he leads. I think he's underrated.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm with Coop there. Like, Reed might just be one of the most underrated players in the entire league, just considering that this guy went from being undrafted in 2022 to a high-level starter in 2023 and 2024. And again, he just does so much for the defense, whether it's his tackling and run support, his coverage on the back end, which has continued to get better, and also his ability to take the football away, which we've now seen many times and in big moments. Plus, that's not even mentioning his leadership, as he was on the leadership council last year, and he's now the leader of that secondary with some vets leaving this offseason. So again, I think Reed is super underrated, and personally, I think he does deserve a contract extension, assuming the price is right. So I'm definitely hoping that both sides can come to an agreement at some point this offseason, but I'm curious to know your guys' thoughts on a potential Reed Blankenship extension. Getting back to rookie minicamp though, the most surprising storyline came on Sunday as the Birds made the unexpected roster move to sign wide receiver Giles Jackson and waive running back Tyrion Davis-Price. And this was somewhat of a surprise, just considering that Jackson came into rookie minicamp on a tryout basis after going undrafted, so the fact that he impressed enough during those couple of days of minicamp for the Eagles to not just sign him, but also waive a player in Tyrion Davis-Price that they seemed to like for a while is definitely very noteworthy. Now, to give some background, the small 5'8" wide receiver is a seasoned vet when it comes to college football, as Jackson played 6 years, the first 2 being at Michigan before he transferred to Washington and played out 4 more seasons. And he honestly didn't really contribute much as a receiver until this past season, as his best year before then was in 2022 when he had only 28 catches for 328 yards and a touchdown. Luckily for him though, he finally broke through in 2024, putting up 85 catches for 893 yards and 7 touchdowns. However, where Jackson really shines is as a kick and punt returner, as he returned 71 kickoffs in college for an average of 24.4 yards and 25 punts for a 7.2 yard average. plus he also had 2 90-plus yard kick return touchdowns, so he very clearly has explosive return ability. Now, do I think Jackson's very likely to make the roster following training camp? No, I definitely don't, especially considering that he spent so much time in college, and typically that's not a very good indication of NFL success, but, you know, at the very least, he could provide some competition for returner/gadget guy Avery Williams, and we'll see how it plays out. Unfortunately, though, this signing kind of did mark the end for Britton Covey in Philadelphia, as now having 2 potential return specialists on the roster, there really was no room left for Covey, and just the other day on social media, he seemed to officially say goodbye to the Eagles, posting a couple pictures of him and his family, while also saying, quote, "Can't put into words how much Philly has meant to me and my little family." And then, just as I was editing this video, it was reported that Covey would be signing a deal with the Los Angeles Rams. So, Covey is officially gone, and in my opinion, that sucks, just because I feel like he was starting to really turn a corner this year before injuries derailed things, and before then, he was easily one of the best punt returners in the game, honestly the best in my opinion. Plus, he was just a likable guy and easy to root for, so again, it sucks to see him go, and I wish him nothing but the best in LA. Getting back to rookie minicamp, though, the Eagles also officially did just sign another one of their rookies in cornerback Mac McWilliams, so that's another one of those out of the way early, which is always good. And then switching over to Jihaad Campbell, it was definitely unfortunate that we didn't get to see much of him during rookie minicamp, of course, with him still recovering from his offseason shoulder surgery. But it still was exciting to just see him out there and also to get a glimpse of what the Eagles' plans for him are going to be. As like I talked about in my last couple of videos, it's pretty clear at this point that Campbell is going to start out with the off-ball linebackers, especially considering that that was the position group he was with during stretches and drills on Friday. And then, interestingly enough, we got even more insight into what Campbell's role might look like in Vic Fangio's defense, and it's pretty terrifying for opposing offenses, as an unnamed NFL executive recently compared how Fangio may look to use Zack Baun and Jihaad Campbell to how he used Patrick Willis and Navarro Bowman with the 49ers, saying he could look to use one of them off the ball and the other one on the ball frequently, while also using them as potential blitzers in the simulated 4-man pressures he runs. And all I gotta say about that is, like, if Fangio can eventually find the same level of success or a similar level of success with Baun and Campbell that he had with Willis and Bowman, even if it's years down the line, then that's just insane. I mean, that's about as good, productive, and scary of a linebacker duo as you can possibly have, and we all saw how much success Baun and Covey Dean were able to have this past year under Fangio, so it definitely seems like it's in the realm of possibility to me. Now, I don't want to just kick Covey Dean to the side, because he's still a really good player when he's healthy, and he should be the starter when he gets back from injury, but until then, it looks like it's going to be Baun and Campbell, and likely after next season too, just because Covey Dean's contract's going to be up by then. So, you know, obviously, we're just going to have to wait and see how it all plays out, but overall, I'm just so excited to see how Vic Fangio is going to use Jihaad Campbell in his defense. And judging by his reaction to when the Eagles drafted Campbell, it seems like he's pretty excited about it too.
You got Jihaad Campbell.
Can you believe that? Can you believe that?
All right, we're taking Jihaad Campbell, guys.
Man, this clip's great. Like, I don't know if I've ever seen Vic look this happy before, so it's pretty clear he is fired up. And also, staying on this video, the Eagles released a whole unscripted video from draft weekend, pretty much giving us the behind the scenes of what went down. And there's a lot of really good stuff in there, including showing that the Eagles were trying to trade up to get Campbell for a long time, but nobody wanted to make a deal.
Hey, bud. Any interest in moving back? Oh, okay. You said that was too light. So just tell me off this what you would do. I mean, I'm not going to do something crazy. You think you have something better. I said, okay, I'll get back to you. Hey, buddy. Any interest in moving back? Do you want stuff this year, or would you look at next year? Elevator music.
That's mad.
Said it's got something better. Come on.
Nobody wants to trade down.
Well,
Like they have better
everyone's
trades,
saying
but
they are trading down, but nobody is trading down. I don't know what to tell you, Jeffrey. I'm trying.
I know.
I'm trying. Hey, any interest in... I'm doing good. Any interest in moving back? That's fair. I appreciate the honesty. Hey, buddy. How we doing? Yeah, it's a tradition. Any interest in a small move back? Let's see. Said there's an in-division tax. He really didn't want to do a trade with me. Hey, how you doing? You want to flip? So, I may have just given them a free pick, but they're taking calls. They said 168, the last one. Obviously. I don't know. Maybe this is our first trade. I'll do 164. All right, we're good? All right, we're good. Yeah, perfect, great.
What did we give up?
164. Look how we did that!
I don't know about you guys, but I just love these clips, because not only does it show what actually went down during the first round, but I'm also thinking that some teams, particularly the Commanders there, just really didn't want to make a deal with Howie, which, I mean, can you blame them? Like, this guy is the most dangerous GM in sports at this point, and a lot of that is because of what he does in trades and on draft day. Speaking of which, we also got some behind the scenes of day 3, and I absolutely love how Howie Roseman and the rest of the Eagles front office approached it.
And here's the other thing, we are not trying to draft backups. Like, we would rather take 6 guys and get 2 starters would be a great third day. Okay, we got the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, I like Ty Robinson as well. I think he'd be a good addition to the group, plays violent. He's got a little interior pass rush. I think he can be more probably disruptive. And I like his upside as a run defender.
I agree. Thought he was a nasty, good football player with traits in his body.
London was my highest upside player left today. Size, speed, range, blitz ability, drop back and coverage. I think he can do it all. 3-down starter.
All right, centers.
I like Drew Kendall. Drew is a smart guy that takes angles, that we know that position requires the ability to do those things. I think that guy can come in and help us.
All right, tackle.
Yeah, I would say Hinton. This guy has it in his body. He's got the size. As you get him with Stout, get him in our program. This guy has all the tools in his body of some of the guys that, and even better than some of the guys that were drafted yesterday. So I think in terms of the upside pick, the guy who can start, it's Miles Hinton.
I mean, I love that strategy. Like, obviously, yes, every team is trying to get starters throughout the entire draft, but it's clear that Howie is placing an extra emphasis on just being aggressive and drafting guys that have the traits and potential to be really good, even if that means that they're not very good at first and they have to be developed for a few years. And personally, I think the Eagles did do a very good job taking guys with a lot of upside rather than just guys with, maybe high floors but also lower ceilings. And overall, I just love the behind-the-scenes look we got of the Eagles draft, and I can't wait to see how all these players pan out. Also, real quick, I want to give a huge congrats and shout out to AJ Brown for getting engaged over the weekend. You definitely love to see that, along with the fact that there were also a bunch of Eagles players there as well, so that was definitely pretty cool. And that said, you guys know that there's going to be a bunch more happening for the Eagles over these next few weeks and months. We got OTAs coming up here in a few weeks now, so, I'm going to be covering all that, so if you don't want to miss anything, make sure you subscribe and you turn on notifications. That way you are notified instantly when one of these videos is uploaded or if I go live. And also, if you want to show some support and you did enjoy this video, please leave a like down below because it really does help me out a ton. See if we can get to at least 500 likes on this video. And also, leave a comment down below just regarding anything that I talked about in this video. Again, I would really appreciate it and it helps me out so much. And also, if you want to watch another Eagles video going over rookie minicamp and other things, you can check this out right here. And with all that being said, that's pretty much all I got for this one, guys. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.